All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, BAHASHAM,
Yeah.
YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that taught us the truth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the globe. And the elect begins at the 144,000. Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jehovah. BAHASHAM is in the name. YAHAWASHI, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The Rakakwadash is the Holy Spirit. We're the brothers of the Great Millstone Chicago Camp. I'm the brother I want me joined with.
I'm the brother Ibadia.
Come back at you, brothers and sisters, at the household of faith of the Hopeful Right Select with another lesson. And Lord, when we hope this lesson be edifying through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. Once again, we hope this lesson is edifying. Just to really touch upon, the chariots of YAHAWASHI, which is going to be used to ultimately to deliver the elect, and ultimately to wage war against Esau Edom, man. The chariots from the laser beams from the chariots, man, to ultimately to do damage to this place also upon the nuclear missiles that's also going to destroy this place, man. But ultimately, man, hey, as the scriptures say, man, the eyes of the Lord, are upon the sinful kingdom, man. But ultimately, we have the chariots. It's a lot of more chariot sightings than ever before, man. Because it's actually a map out there compared to what's that, the early 1900s compared to now. There's more chariot sightings than ever before, man. Even to the point that Esau Edom can't just ignore, what he's actually seeing out there in outer space, man. You know. So all these things are ultimately coming into fruition, man. And ultimately, YAHAWASHI is on his way back, man.
That's right. I got some precepts right here going into the chariots.
Come.
It says Psalm 68 and 17. The chariots of the Most High God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place.
Right, because YAHAWASHI is not coming back alone, man. He's coming back with the archangel Michael, and ultimately, thousands upon thousands of angels, behind him. Hey, even if you're going to the war in heaven, man, you're going to have YAHAWASHI and the angels ultimately against Esau Edom and his armies, man.
Con.
But ultimately, just to back up your point real quick, if you ain't had nothing, if I could bring this out real quick.
BAHASHAM, which one, so I can pull it up?
I actually got it right here also, Zechariah 5:1.
Okay, Con, I got you. Just so I can have it on the screen.
Con. This is the book of Zechariah 5:1. It says, Then I turned and lift up mine eyes, and look, and behold, a flying roll, because ultimately the chariots are described as what? As clouds, as a whirlwind, as a mountain. So chariots are described as many of things in the scriptures, man. And it says, and he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answer and I see a flying roll. It says, The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as this side according to it, and everyone that swerveth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it. Because if you watch different movies, like for an example, like Independence Day, right?
Yep.
Things of that of that example, Independence Day, ultimately, because Esau Edom knows, man, because he ultimately puts it in his movies and things of that nature, man. Hey, Independence Day, like I mentioned before, if you go to Ezekiel, what's that? Ezekiel, the first chapter, it talks about the chariots of YAHAWASHI, man, the chariots and the angels. Ultimately, this is what Esau Edom is afraid of, man. Ultimately, YAHAWASHI coming back with what? Those armies of angels ultimately to take them out of power, man. And it says, verse 4, And I will bring it forth, said the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, because we know that Esau Edom has ultimately stolen America, man, from the northern kingdom, from the Israelites. That's so ultimately it says what? It shall enter into the house of the thief. And then to the house of him that swore falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof, and with the stones thereof. Right, going into those laser beams, man. That's how ultimately the Lord is going to wage war against Esau Edom, man. We just loosely mentioned the war in heaven, but ultimately the chariots of YAHAWASHI is coming back to deliver the elect, and ultimately to shoot that laser fire upon the wicked.
Con, bro. If I may bring out this Amos 9.
Yep.
Because it really goes with this Zechariah 5, right? This is the curse that goeth over the face of the whole earth. All right, everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on his side according to it. So this is going to be a curse unto Esau Edom, because the eyes of the angels are the eyes of the Lord, man. Okay, it says it right here, Proverbs 3:5, Salakia 15:3. The eyes of Yahweh are in every place, beholding the good and the evil. All right, so this is
Yep.
talking about the angels, man. It's talking about the angels. All right, they're all over the whole earth, man. They're over the whole earth, man. Nothing is hid from Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushai. So this is Amos 9:8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, save that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh. So this is the eyes of the Lord upon that sinful kingdom, man. Because remember, the Father Yahweh is the Lord of hosts, man, the Lord of armies. All right, so this is like this is his military. So he has the intel. He has his angels, man, in all places. All right, beholding
That's
the
right.
good and the evil, and ultimately, like the brother was going into, YAHAWASHI is going to come back in a chariot, man, in the
Yep.
fathership. All right, with the armies, man. Behold, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. All right, that's what this is talking about.
That's right. And ultimately, hey, the prophets and the minor prophets, they ultimately, saw the same thing, man, but ultimately from different point of views, man. Of Yahweh Shai coming back in that, with the on that fathership and with the angels, man.
That's right.
Ultimately waging the war against Esau, Edom, and the destruction of Babylon the Great, man. But I got something to back you up real quick, Ibaya.
Yes, sir.
This is the book of Revelations 11. Why I get this out, you can hold that us that Isaiah 26 on deck, how it talks about, the chambers, hiding to thy chambers,
Oh
only
yeah,
if it
yeah.
was a little while.
Got
But
you.
this is the book of Revelations 11 and verse 11. The point is in verse 12, Revelations 11 and 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them, right? The spirit coming back into the Israelites, how people understand who they are, right? But here's the point, verse 12, it says, they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither, and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. And right, well, what is that cloud, man? The same one that ultimately took Yahweh Shai away when he went back to the Father, man. That
Exactly.
UFO, what the world would ignorantly call a UFO, man. And these are the same, vehicles that's going to be used to deliver the elect, man. We're going to be beamed up, ultimately into that chariot, man. Before we even get beat up to that chariot, man. Hey, when that chariot shines its light upon us, man, we shall be changed. As the scripture say, we're going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye, man.
That's right. Yeah, it says we will meet the Lord in the air.
Yep.
So what do you think that means? It says it right here. They ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them, man. Strange is the salvation of the elect.
Yep. Actually, before we get that Isaiah 26, you can grab that in Wisdom of Solomon 5.
Yes, sir.
Because it's going to lead right into that Isaiah 26.
I got you, bro. It's right here. This Wisdom of Solomon 5. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors.
Mm-hmm.
When they
And
see,
yep. And this is what we're doing right now, man. We're standing in great boldness before the face of our enemies, man. Ultimately proclaiming His word, man. This is how we're standing in great boldness, telling Esau Edom into his face that his kingdom is going down, man. It ultimately starts with us preaching His word, and Yahweh Shai is literally going to come back and what? Deliver us from what the world would ignorantly call UFOs, man. And just to say also, man, hey, what the world would call, ignorantly call UFOs, they make fun, they make light of it. Oh, y'all believe in it, but we actually experience it with our own eyes, man. Myself and the brother Ibajit, man. We see it. It's every time we be seeing it multiple times in a
many
day, multiple times in a week, man. And it'd be a beautiful sight. I can't even count on my hand how many times I have seen the chariots of YAHAWASHI, man. You
times.
know,
Call law Yahweh BAHASHAM Shai.
YAHAWASHI.
Hey, the angels are even though we see chariots, man, that's a huge faith booster. But even so, the chariots are or the angels are all around us at all times, man.
That's right.
So hey, call law Yahweh BAHASHAM Shai.
Kalam YAHAWASHI.
It says verse 2, When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and they shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
And right. And how that ultimately the people is going to be troubled with terrible fear, because it's going to be a sight to behold, man, because the world hasn't seen the deliverance that's about to take place, man. So they're going to be looking like, what the hell is going on? You know, because a lot of people is going to have that assumption that it's actually aliens invading the earth, man. You know, but we know that's ultimately angels operating what the chariots of YAHAWASHI, man. But the ultimately the people that's going to be seeing it, looking on the outside in, man, it's going to be a terrible sight to them, man, because
Yeah,
they're going to have the ultimately, you know, don't not know what to think, man. They're going to think it's literally an alien invasion, man. That's what's going to be on these people, man. They're going to be in fear, man, when they see so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and speckled birds are getting beamed up, man.
yeah, that's so far beyond all that they looked for. They never could even imagine that that's going to be salvation,
Yep.
man. It says, and they repenting. You want me to keep going, Doc? In this wisdom
Yep.
Psalm 5? All right, verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we sometimes had in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot among the saints?
And exactly right, because these starting with these Edomites, man, these nations look at us as the low of the low, man. Just look at, you know, talking about this character Charlie Kirk, man. Just look what at the statements that he said about so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You know,
Yeah,
we're nothing but a proverb. We're nothing but a laughing stock, man. But
I
ultimately,
know.
when they see, you know, us getting beamed up, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans of the elect, man, they're gonna say, these are the people, man, that we've been talking shit about, you know, right? As going back to that Revelations 11, man, and ascending up into that cloud, man, which is talking about that chariot, man. That
That's
was
right.
pretty much the point on that. You had anything to add, I buy you?
Yeah, still we got that Isaiah 26, and
Yeah,
then I got
Isaiah 26.
Con Isaiah 26. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, which is a chariot, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpast.
And exactly right, man, because it even talks about the remnant ultimately being affrighted, because ultimately, while those missiles is raining down upon Babylon the Great, ultimately what? And simultaneously, the elect is going to be being beamed up in those chariots, man. You know, ultimately it says hide into thy chambers, because the whole world, because ultimately when those missiles hit a Babylon the Great, man, the whole world is going to be fucked up. It's going to be it talks about that great earthquake. You know, you're
Yep.
going to have natural disasters in certain places because of the big, you know, ultimately the big disasters was going to rain upon America, which is those missiles. Hey, the world is going to be fucked up, man. Pollution, all type of things. So the elect is going to be what in those chariots, ultimately for the indignation to be overpassed, man. You know,
Con this yeah, it's in that same chapter, Revelation 11, that great earthquake. All right, when Babylon falls, you
yep,
know, like the brother said, that's nuclear missiles, you know, that we've never seen before. That's going to really have a huge effect on Earth. It's going to reel to and fro like a drunkard. All right, the nations are going to see the smoke of the burning from afar off, you know, seeing America on fire, and all these things are in the scriptures, man. So it says, you know, hide as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. And there's another one that says, as birds flying, that's how the Lord's going to defend Jerusalem. So right here, Isaiah 31:5, as birds flying, so will Yahawah of hosts defend Jerusalem. All right, Jerusalem is you know, really the elect, man. It's the people before it's a place. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. So again, this is what it's all going into, man. The elect being beamed up into the chariots to that salvation, that's you know, being saved up out of the destruction,
yep.
being delivered, being preserved. We're hiding in the chambers with shut the doors until the indignation be overpassed. I stand on that sea of glass, mingle with fire.
Yep.
Right? All these things are telling you what salvation is, man, via the chariots of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI.
Yep. I buy you can have that Isaiah 65 on deck. The Lord coming with his chariots and by fire. I'm gonna grab this real quick. This is the book of Revelations 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, hey, which also proves reincarnation, man. Those
Yep.
same those same Roman soldiers that pierced YAHAWASHI, they're back in their lot today, man. It says every eye shall see him. Hey, because hey, it's not gonna be a mystery, hey, who the anointed is. Hey, everybody gonna know when those chariots appear, everybody going to know that what the son, the son of YAHAWASHI, it's gonna raise havoc upon this place, man. It's gonna be no question. Hey, is the anointed? Is this the Mashiach? Hey, the world is going to know, man. Once they see what the Lord, Yahweh sent his son YAHAWASHI back, man. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Amen." Exactly right, man. Hey, the Lord coming back with those chariots to ultimately to deliver that judgment, man. Hey, this is the time that we're living in, man. Being reported that ultimately what it's a big, so-called UFO approaching the earth, man. Hey, Esau, he don't know what time it is, man. Hey, the Revelation, the 12th chapter, which you can read about the war in heaven, man. All that is about to take place very soon, man. You know?
Yep. Second Ed, are we okay on time?
Got like 3 minutes. Let's see. If you ain't have anything else out, probably that Isaiah 65.
Okay.
The Lord coming with chariots by fire. Anything you got left after that, I got an extra 5 minutes or so.
Okay.
Make that a little bit.
Come on with fire. What? This Isaiah 65.
Yeah, the Lord coming with by chariots and by fire. It's either Isaiah 65 or Isaiah 66.
It's toward the end of the chapter, huh? Oh, okay. It might be 66. What does it say? He cometh. How does it go? Somebody, bro.
He cometh with his chariots and with fire.
Yeah, there it is. Verse 15.
Huh.
Isaiah 66, 15. For behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
And exactly right, man. That's how the Lord YAHWASHI is going to make his second return, man. And he's not coming alone, man. He's going to be on YAHWASHI is going to be on the forefront. He's going to have the archangel Michael, and ultimately, what, man? He's going to have the angels of the Lord behind him, man. Ultimately, what? Ultimately in the chariots of their own, man. Ultimately, what? Shooting laser beams upon this place.
Yep.
Things of that nature, man.
Real quick, I can just read these 4 verses. We could probably close it out if that's okay.
No, you got it up.
2nd Ezra 13. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. All right, so this is Ezra's about to see the return of YAHWASHI, everything we're just talking about in the chariots and the fathership. Verse 2, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof, which the sea is talking about the heavens, the Shemayim, the waters, above the firmament. So YAHWASHI is coming up out the heavens, man. And behold, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, all right,
Yep.
chariots. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him, because he's coming back as a God, man. He's not going to meet you as a man. All right, all the kindreds of the earth wailed because of him. Hide us from the wrath of the Lamb. All right, it says, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. All right.
And ultimately speaking about that, it ties into that Revelation the 12th chapter, man, talking about the war in heaven. And ultimately, all this is going to ultimately occur doing what? Towards the end of World War III, man. When YAHWASHI makes his second return, man. Ultimately, when the armies of the earth are fighting each other, man, in World War III, that's when YAHWASHI is going to make his second return. Somewhere in the midst of World War III, man. And ultimately, what? Everybody is going to band together to try to, as it says in that 2nd Ezra 13, subdue the man that came out of the sea.
God, exactly. They were so scared, but there's fight. They were sore afraid, but there's fight. That's Michael and his angels fighting against Satan and his angels, man.
Right, and it talks about their place was found no more in heaven, man, because they ultimately got defeated by YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, and the angels, man.
God.
You know, it's not going to be even. It's not going to even be a challenge, man, because one angel can destroy the whole earth, man.
That's
You
right.
know, it's just the Lord just flexing, man.
Right. It's gonna be, you know, theatric, like a performance, like, you know. Yeah, second Ezra, you can really read the whole second Ezra, the whole 13th chapter. The like first half of the chapter goes into it. You know, Yahawah's return.
Yep. But yeah, I got to get back, God. But Lord willing, you know, we hope this lesson was edifying. Want to end up by giving our praise, honor, glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAKAKWADASH. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the globe. Lord, we hope this lesson was edifying. Till next time, call me Yasharella, Shalom, and the Baba Ball.
Hey, Shalom, Baba.
Baba Ball.